To the 7 days EuroCup press conference between the Herbalife Gran Canaria and the London Lions, joined by head coach Jago Lakovic from Gran Canaria. Coach, what's the feeling in the dressing room after a tough win like that in London?
The feeling, the feeling is good. We always are happy about the win. EuroCup is a tough competition. I think London is a respectable rival who play hard and I think improving day by day. So it was a tough one today, especially because we were subpar from our field goal percentages. It was subpar and we couldn't break the game open. We had a chance, we didn't, and in the end we managed to squeeze one out. It was not pretty, but we take the win.
Absolutely, and you mentioned there it was a tough game. What are you taking from this game into the next EuroCup fixture with Paris?
Well, for sure, we have to keep being very solid and physical in defense. We have to keep protecting defensive boards like we did today. And in offense, I'm sure we will be more efficient.
Perfect. Any questions from the floor?
Coach, I'm from Trend Basket Turkey. Congrats for the win. Were London Lions tougher than you expected, especially defensively?
Yeah, I mean, I think defensively we did a good job. London scored 55, I think if I'm not mistaken, 55 points or 56 points. But the problem for us today, which I don't tend to say, was offensively. We didn't make open shots. We create open shots, but we didn't make them. So we couldn't break the game open. We couldn't make the game go easier for us. And in the end of the day, we have to give also the credit to fighting spirit of London Lions.
After the loss of Türk Telekom in Tel Aviv, you're top of the table by 2 wins. Is it what you expected early in the season?
Divi, really, we didn't have expectations what's going to happen. We wanted to play game by game. We focus on going from game to game, and in the end, on the day 18, we'll see where we stand. Right now, we are in good position, but it's still, I think, 6 games to go. Still with Türk Telekom, still in Tel Aviv. So the calendar is the same for everybody, but we have to go on, focus on the next one.
And one final question about our Turkish guy, young guy, David Mutaf. You put him in the starting lineup in the last 3 games. Yeah, there was a foul trouble today, but how do you rate his improvements so far?
Good. David is working hard. He's improving day by day, and that's why he earned his minutes. We count on him. We believe in him. But for sure, this is a process that the young player needs to go through because. This is the high level of European basketball, and he has the talent, and now he's also getting to understand some other things except of scoring the ball, defensively, moving without the ball, defensive positions. So he's improving day by day, and we are happy about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the rest of the season.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll be shortly joined by the London Lions, where we continue this press conference. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by head coach of the London Lions, Ryan Schmidt. Ryan, tough loss this evening. What's the feeling like in the dressing room?
Yeah, I mean, it's guys are a little frustrated. Obviously, that's a really good team. You know, they're first place for a reason. Deep, talented, well coached. And again, I thought we made too many mistakes in the first three quarters. You know, to beat a team of that caliber. But at the end of the day, listen, we did a lot of good things in the fourth quarter that put us in a position, you know, to potentially tie the game. But again, credit to them. We talked about it in the locker room after. Obviously, it's you can't make that many mistakes and expect to beat a team like that. I mean, we left 11 points on the free throw line. And that hurts a little bit. So again, overall, I'm really pleased with, you know, our fight. The guys showed a lot of heart tonight. I thought I talked about it at halftime a little bit as well, but I thought we didn't play with enough poise and composure on the offensive end. I thought we were a little frantic and rushed quite a bit, which resulted in turnovers, you know, some quick ill-advised shots, but I think contributed to the low shooting percentage. But again, right, like that's a team that when we went and played there, you know, we kind of got ran out of the gym. Kind of same thing when we had Tel Aviv. So we talked in the locker room. We're right there, but again, now it's the marginal things that we've got to try to clean up and try to get us over the edge.
Absolutely. You mentioned there about the game against Hapoel Tel Aviv and tonight against Gran Canaria. What do you take from those two games to kick on and go up against Bucharest?
I mean, just the fact is, in order to to beat those kind of teams and to be up with those teams, it's the little things, right? The last few games we had, I think it was 24 offensive rebounds we gave up to Tel Aviv. You know, we played at Trento last week. We had 18 turnovers. You know, again, the turnovers kind of bit us again tonight. You know, there was 16, but, you know, tonight it was free throws, right? We got to, again, step up to the line with some composure and knock those down. Again, we don't expect us to go 100%, but shooting 50% from the free throw line, you know, is not going to get it done. So, yeah, I think the takeaways are, listen, we're right there, but there's only so much you can talk about. We got to start cleaning up the little things, and once we do, you know, I think we can make a run at this.
And picking on a couple of the players from tonight's game, Sam Decker finished with 18 points and 9 rebounds, but Costa Koufos finished with 15 points. What does Costa bring to a team like the London Lions?
A lot. I mean, the first thing, just his experience. You know, he's played, you know, in the NBA for a long time, played in the EuroLeague. And again, tonight we knew that, you know, they're a big team. Like, they kind of, to me, match up physically like we do as far as like their size inside. But again, we know that they were super aggressive in their pick and roll coverage, so we knew kind of our, you know, way to attack that is kind of play through Costa through the short roll and allow him to either, you know, get to the rim to either finish or make plays. You know, I thought he did a good job. I thought he did a good job of kind of establishing his position, you know, and did a good job finishing through contact at times. And then just also, too, on the, you know, with rebounding. And then I thought defensively he was pretty good for the majority of the game.
Any questions from the floor?
Yeah, Coach. Defensively, you seemed very focused today. You managed to keep them at a very low score, even though they are a very high volume scoring team, especially in the perimeter. But do you think that Lions need more perimeter shooting, perimeter scoring in the upcoming games?
No, I mean, I think I like our roster. I think we're missing, you know, two guys still. Voida, this was his first game back after being out for 3 or 4 weeks. So again, this is not going to expect him to come in and just also, you know, not miss any shots. So it's going to take a little time to get in rhythm. You know, Mie and Ovi hopefully will be back soon. But again, I don't think it's that we need shooting. I think that we have some really good shooters on this team. It's just, to me, we talk about we got to take the right shots, right? And we're at our best when we kind of not necessarily work the shot clock like low, but when the ball gets from one side to the next, and a lot of our baskets are coming off of, you know, assists. And tonight I thought we did it. You know, we rushed a lot tonight. You know, we would get stops, like you said, defensively. I thought we were really, really good. You know, to hold a team like that to 60 points is beyond impressive, in my opinion. But then, again, I think where the frustrating thing as a coach is going to be is when you go back and watch the film, we were getting stops and doing everything we needed to do defensively, and then we'd come down and either, you know, take a quick shot that was kind of, you know, out of character, or turn the ball over, or we get the free throw line and we miss free throws. So again, we're fine. I think, again, like we got to understand where we're really good on the offensive end, and that's when we kind of, like, the ball's moving. You know, some of our best offensive games, we've put up big points. You look at our, you know, assisted basket percentage, it's up in the 80 to 85%. You know, and we got to get back to that.
It's a very first decent season for Lions in the EuroCup. And you faced many very experienced teams in this competition, including Hapoel, Gran Canaria, who played a final back in 2015. What was the hardest challenge in this competition so far for Lions?
I mean, I think the hardest is just that there's no nights off, right? Every single time you step on the court in this competition, you're playing a really, really good team, like high-level teams from different countries, different style of plays. But the hardest thing, I think, for us is just the fact that we've got a brand new team. Right? It's our first year. You're bringing in, a roster of guys that were all in different places last year, playing for different coaches, playing in different systems, having different roles, and then to get those guys to come and kind of mesh and gel, that was where our struggles were early on. I think we've gotten over that hurdle now. And now the biggest thing is just, again, like we've got to clean up, the marginal things and become, do what the really good teams do, right? And that comes with experience. That comes with, unfortunately, taking tough losses like this and going back on the practice court and in the film room and getting better. And again, like there's no substitute for experience. And, we don't have the experience that some of these other clubs have. But again, we're inching closer and closer to being up there. And I think we're showing that we can compete, with any of these teams on any given night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
That concludes the EuroCup 7 days press conference between London Lions and Herbalife Gran Canaria.